Hello everyone and welcome back to Crossroads Gaming. Today we are going to take a look at She Remembers Caterpillars. This gorgeous indie puzzle game from Jumpsuit Entertainment gives you the chance to solve interesting puzzles and discover a beauty behind the complicated relationship of a parent and a child. You can buy it on Steam for €11.99 or your regional equivalent. Let's start by talking about the thing that makes this game stand out the most from its competitors. Its atmosphere. The whole atmosphere of the game is somewhat dark, sad, yet you always feel that bit of love behind all the melancholy. There are several factors that can create this atmosphere, and the most obvious and strong one is the game's visual style. The game takes dark colors and contrasts them against cheerful colors of the pieces of the puzzle you have to solve. You can just feel how the dark colors represent all the negative things that can ever happen, while the bright and colorful impact them, making all the darkness feel much less impactful, almost making you forget about it at all, since you are so focused on the colorful parts of the game. Every single detail of the game is hand-drawn, and that really makes each of the visual assets carry that little bit of imperfection that ironically makes it feel that much more perfect, as you can almost see and feel how the creators felt while making the game. The second, but much more subtle thing that makes the atmosphere for this game is the music. It's soft, yet it almost feels threatening. The constant sound of wind blowing around you makes you feel almost cold, as if you were to freeze at any given moment. The short notes feel almost like spikes, trying to sting deep inside you, making you always feel threatened. Yet the sounds of the characters sound somewhat almost naive, like they don't have a single worry in the world. And when you finish the level, the sound isn't cheerful or celebratory. It's almost a sigh of relief that you managed to pass another obstacle, but you still know many more are yet to show themselves and will come soon. And the last factor in the game's atmosphere is its story. The story is presented to you in short pieces of conversation in text form at the start of each level. And again, the general tone of these is almost depressing, where you feel the struggle is going on. But then there is a line of text that shines through with love and caring. And sometimes even this love feels somewhat sad because it combines love with loss. And losing something you love is the hardest thing ever. Okay, that's it about the atmosphere of the game. But I had to get that off my chest first, because the game uses it so well to create a great gaming experience. But there is more to this game than just its visual style, choice of music and sounds assets, and its story. And that is its gameplay. In each level, you are to make a few colorful blocks get to their landing ports, from which they can take a flight and find a life of their own. Isn't this just a genius metaphor for children leaving their home after you guide them? But it wouldn't be a puzzle game if there weren't some obstacles in the way. The game uses the colors to make you figure out which way has to each of the colorful blocks go so they can fly on. You can combine these blocks or split them, and by using these simple mechanics, you have to solve all the levels. So this probably sounds very simple, and in the first 4 acts, it even is pretty simple, but over time you will have to learn to think ahead, knowing where each of the blocks has to stand, or where you have to send one of the blocks back so you can later on combine with another block and pass another obstacle. Again, these subtle metaphors really intrigue me, as sometimes as a parent you will have to set your child a step back so they can later on become that much more greater, and you will need to teach your children how to cooperate so they can pass over obstacles they could never get over by themselves. In conclusion, I think I fell in love with this game. Very interesting that 2 hand-drawn games with great visual styles have come out so shortly after each other, the previous being Rise and Shine, and I just love both of them. This one is much more calm though, giving you the sense that you shouldn't rush anything and take your time to think about how to solve your problems, instead of trying to brute force your way through. This game will be a gem in anyone's library. Support the creators because they are really talented, and buy this game. Well, that's it for today guys. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please consider subscribing and liking the video, or even comment. If you didn't like the video, well, dislike it. See you all later with more gaming content.